Hey there growers, welcome back to Growers Tips. Fall might be setting in outside, but that doesn't mean your growing season is over. In fact, this is one of the best times to shift gears and bring your garden indoors. No bugs, no unpredictable weather, and no need for pollinators. Just you, your plants, and a cozy grow tent full of fresh food through the cold months ahead. So today, we're diving into how to grow vegetables indoors during fall and winter, the easy way. I'll cover what plants work best without pollinators, how to build a thriving soil mix, and how to keep your indoor garden producing all winter long. Let's start with the big question: why even bother growing indoors when the grocery store is produce year-round? Simple. Store-bought greens can't match the freshness or nutrient density of something you picked 5 minutes ago. Plus, you're in total control. You decide what goes into your soil, how it's grown, and how clean your food really is. Now, if you're new to indoor gardening, the first thing to know is that not all vegetables need pollinators. You can grow tons of fresh food inside without worrying about bees, wind, or shaking flowers with a brush. Some of the easiest crops to grow indoors are leafy greens, like lettuce, spinach, arugula, kale, and Swiss chard. These guys thrive under LED lights, don't need pollination, and regrow after cutting. Herbs like basil, parsley, cilantro, dill, mint, and thyme also do great indoors. They're compact, aromatic, and keep pumping out flavor all season. If you want something with more substance, you can even grow root crops like radishes, beets, or small carrot varieties in deeper fabric pots. They're perfect for cool temperatures and controlled environments. And if you really want to push it, cherry tomatoes and peppers can grow indoors too. Just give the stems a gentle shake or tap once they flower to help pollinate them by hand. Now let's talk setup. You don't need a huge space or expensive equipment to make this work. A simple 2x4 or 3x3 grow tent is plenty for most indoor veggie gardens. Use a good full-spectrum LED grow light, something around 100 to 200 watts depending on your tent size. And you're golden. Add a small clip fan for airflow, and maybe a humidifier if your house air gets dry in winter. For containers, go with fabric pots. These things breathe beautifully, prevent root rot, and let beneficial microbes thrive. They also make watering and root development much easier than hard plastic pots. Speaking of soil, this is where the magic really happens. For most vegetables, a high-quality organic soil mix is the heart of your indoor garden. Avoid heavy outdoor dirt, it compacts too much and can bring in pests. Instead, mix your own blend using equal parts compost, peat moss or coco coir, and perlite or pumice for drainage. From there, add in a few soil boosters, worm castings for gentle nitrogen, azomite for trace minerals, kelp meal for growth hormones, and mycorrhizal fungi to colonize your root zone. This creates a living ecosystem in your pot, one that feeds your plants naturally. If you prefer something lighter, try a peat or coco coir base with liquid nutrients. This setup is great for herbs and leafy greens that don't need heavy feeding. You can use a simple organic nutrient line or mix your own compost teas. For microgreens, go even simpler. Just coco coir or seed starting mix. They grow fast, don't need much nutrition, and can be harvested in under 2 weeks. Now, let's talk nutrients and feeding. Leafy greens love nitrogen, so give them a boost with fish emulsion, alfalfa meal, or a gentle compost tea. Root vegetables prefer a balanced NPK ratio, so toss in some bone meal or wood ash for extra phosphorus and potassium. Herbs are light feeders. They do best with a mild worm casting tea once a week. If you like DIY solutions, here's a classic compost tea recipe. Fill a 5-gallon bucket with water, add a cup of worm castings, a tablespoon of molasses, and a tablespoon of kelp meal. Let it bubble with an air stone for 24 hours, then water your plants with it. This feeds both your plants and your soil microbes, and it smells a lot better than chemical fertilizer. As for watering, the key is balance. Don't drown your plants, and don't let them dry out completely. Most indoor vegetables like to stay slightly moist, not soggy. Stick your finger an inch deep into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Let's move on to lighting and environment. Light is your biggest yield factor indoors. Most greens and herbs thrive with 16 to 18 hours of light per day and 6 to 8 hours of darkness. That mimics long summer days and keeps your plants growing strong. Keep your tent temperature between 70 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit and your humidity around 50 to 60%. Airflow is critical too. Good circulation keeps fungus gnats and mold away and helps strengthen your stems. Just make sure your fan isn't blasting directly on your plants. A gentle breeze does the trick. If you want to go the extra mile, try adding a little CO2. You can grab a small CO2 bag online or make a simple one at home with sugar, yeast, and warm water. It's not required, but it gives your plants a nice growth boost, especially if your tent is sealed. Another pro tip: rotate your pots once a week. Even with LED lights, plants will lean toward the light source, so spinning them keeps growth even and prevents lanky stems. Now, let's talk harvest strategy. Many indoor vegetables are cut and come again, meaning you can harvest the outer leaves while letting the center keep growing. Lettuce, kale, spinach, and herbs all thrive with this method. You'll get continuous harvests for months from just a few plants. If you want non-stop production, stagger your plantings. Start new seeds every 2 to 3 weeks so you always have something ready to harvest while new ones are coming up. This keeps your indoor garden in full rotation. And your salads fresh all winter. The best part about growing indoors? You can experiment endlessly. Try mixing companion plants in the same pot, like basil with lettuce, or radishes with spinach. Their root zones complement each other, and the variety helps keep your soil healthy and alive. Now, let's get into some soil geek talk. The most overlooked factor in indoor gardening is biology. When you add compost, worm castings, and organic amendments, you're not just feeding your plants, you're feeding a living soil web. Microbes break down organic matter into plant-ready nutrients. Fungi create networks that expand your plant's root zone, and protozoa help cycle nutrients faster. If you treat your soil like a living thing, it will reward you. Keep it moist, keep it fed, and never let it go bone dry between waterings. Over time, your pots will build up a micro-ecosystem that keeps getting better with age. That's how you turn a simple grow tent into a year-round food factory. Don't forget, the smell of living soil isn't just dirt. It's the scent of healthy biology at work. It's that earthy aroma that says, "This soil is alive." And here's a fun one: worms. If you really want to take your indoor gardening up a notch, try adding a few red wigglers to your larger pots. They'll help aerate the soil, eat dead roots, and turn waste into castings right inside the pot. Nature's cleanup crew at its finest. Alright growers, to wrap things up, fall doesn't mean your garden stops. With a little planning, you can grow fresh food right through the snow, stick to vegetables that don't need pollination, use breathable fabric pots, keep your soil alive with organic matter and microbes, and give your plants steady light and airflow. Soon you'll be harvesting lettuce, herbs, and radishes from your grow tent while it's freezing outside, and there's nothing more satisfying than that. So, if this helped you out, give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. Tell me what you're growing indoors this fall. Until next time, keep those lights bright, your soil alive, and your thumbs green.